Relationships form an essential part of our life. Relationships are based on unity, friendship, affection, and intimacy. Building relationships need honesty with ourselves and others. Building relationship requires effort and determination. Today we are surrounded by complexity and no longer live in the stability of belief, family, and society. However, we do not live in a vacuum. We live and interact with others where comparisons and competition are the norms. Unfortunately, comparison implies imitation, and competition means a form of subtle aggression. Society imposes imitation and subtle aggression, and we follow it to feel safe and not to get upset. It creates a herd mentality. Herd mentality inspires our intelligence to seek independence. Intelligently acquired independence is the best freedom. Unhealthy relationships, triangles take away our independence. Please welcome Dr. Kazi to present the final topic on angles and tangles in relationships. So, my first question to Dr. Kasi is, what are triangles in relationships and how does it affect relationships?
I will start with a quote from Lewis and Skilling. Quote, "The boundary is best viewed as an interface between individuals and the environment. The interface is dynamic, not static." Unquote. Thanks, Ghazala ji, and hi to the audience. Similarly, triangles in relationship have dynamic interfaces, not static. Angles and tangles in relationship means a knitted situation between individuals. In most relationships, there are three or more tangles. And let me start with the commonest tangle, the triangle in relationship. The concept three is a crowd reflects it well. It is present in all kinds of relationships. Ghazala ji, you have asked an excellent question about a complex relationship interaction. However, I trust you do not mean it in an intimate threesome relationship, do you? So let us look at the various terms in this topic: triangle, threesome, fusion, myths, and all the tangles that come in the bundle. From a psychological point of view, a relationship means interaction with two or more people. So let us start with triangles in relationship and follow it through to the myths of relationship. Triangles define dispute with a third party. You can see it in a family relationship like mother, father, and child. So let us look at how it unfolds between them. One, the three members of the family live happily together. Two, a conflict occurs between the mom and dad which they cannot resolve. Three, either parents will consciously or unconsciously transfer the pain from their dispute to the child. In this scenario, we can see unhealthy projective identification where one party avoids owning and dealing with their life's internal issues. Forming a triangle between them and the child helps remove the responsibility from the mother or father when both can resolve their dispute. Similar triangles are created in all relations, be they family, friends, or workmates. Healthy relationships have healthy boundaries that help to prevent triangles and their painful consequences. However, in unhealthy family dynamics and interaction between the parents involves the child and who becomes unwillingly included. In healthy relationship, the mother and father usually resolve their dispute without involving the child. Therefore, avoiding wounding the child to own something that does not belong to the child. Accordingly, as the role models, parents teach teach their child the beauty of healthy boundaries in relationships without damaging their innocence or integrity. The parents will also help change their relationship into a more beneficial threesome family relationship based on love, respect, and trust. In setting healthy boundaries, we learn to disengage from unhealthy triangles and can move towards more beneficial and threesome relationship that provides the basis of mutual love, respect, trust for each other.
Dr. Kasi, what are the dynamics of a triangle in relationships?
Thanks, Ghazala ji, for asking an important question. We develop relationship with our family, friends, acquaintances, colleagues, peers, teachers, spouses, lovers, and others. For example, if there are two in a relationship and there is a conflict, the third person enters the relationship or enters it spontaneously. The third element may be a person, a pet, an idea, an ideology, a cause, a place, a behavior, a group, or any other object. The dynamics in triangles are based on power differences, where the status of physical and financial strength are vital, like between husband and wife, boss and employee. Here we see manipulation, coercion, and assertion as the power of influence. To counteract such power, we need to use the power of wisdom by accepting it and letting go of it. Compassion and unconditional love are the other ways of getting out of the triangle. Taking responsibility, seeking awareness of the situation, and improving your well-being and functioning. Empowerment equals to awareness plus responsibility. The dynamic of triangular relationship can be seen as follows. Reversal of role is seen when a child becomes a caretaker to the parent, as parents put their needs above the child. Such narcissism and manipulation are seen in parents who have suffered abuse during their own childhood. Getting out of such triangle is a long process and needs expert counseling. Double blinds, there is no safety or healthy place for the person to go. They are damned if they do and they're damned if they don't. The child is stuck in a vicious cycle of losing selfhood. If a person complains, the parents will shame and blame the child, who may never be able to leave the setting, and no safe alternative resolutions are available. The child grows into adulthood in such a situation. A safe and skilled therapist is needed to resolve the problem. When there are secrets, either partner may have one or two secrets. Secrets can be healthy or toxic. A healthy secret is personal and private and lacks harm to others, while harmful secret damages the self and others. It gives an unfair advantage to one party in a relationship. It destroys the trust in a relationship. The detangling in such situation is the one withholding the secret has to open up and tell the secret and be honest about it.
What is the healthy option if the triangle is unhealthy in a relationship?
The answer to your question is threesome is a healthy option in a relationship where the association of three people form mutually beneficial relationship. Each party behaves from real self and position of integrity, love, sincerity, and honesty. Such attributes are more adoptable and handy among three or more people. Also, there is an enduring and endearing presence of love, trust, and friendship. Each member has a high awareness and respect for healthy boundaries. The threesome relationship keeps the healthy limits intact. So any boundary violation is unlikely. Unlike interlocking triangles, synthesis, or fusion in relationship that I call tangles.
Dr. Kasi, what are interlocking triangles and how does one get out of triangles?
Ghazala ji, all relationships have close links, but be it workmates, friends, families, or intimate relationships. These links can become interlocking triangles. These are created when the parents and the child cannot contain the issue or the resolution of their painful problem. The interlocking triangle spills in both sides of the family. Even friends and workmates. The situation gets out of control, increasing confusion, chaos, pain, perpetuation of triangles and tangles becomes a screen between the nearness of others and the intimacy of the couple, who lose sight of their inner self-security in resolving their conflicts.
Can you please explain synthesis and fusion in a relationship? This is the first time I have heard these terms.
As for synthesis or fusion, a relationship is a close connection. One person controls the other, so no individual is unique or private. The inner life and conduct of two or more people are closely connected. For example, in a family, the parents enmesh their children, so it becomes difficult for the children to understand what is self and what is the other. From practical point of view, in family situations, synthesis becomes intimate, so the child's completeness and fulfillment in life becomes too complicated. When relationships are defined in all shapes and forms, myth exists. So let us look at myths in relationship. First is an expectation of meeting someone who will fulfill our life and needs. Thus, it indicates depending on others to complete us. It is an unrealistic expectation because no person can ever completely meet your needs or my needs. A healthy person appreciating boundaries without expectation will and must share various experiences with friends, families, peers, etc.
Dr. Kasi, I understand your narrative on the myths of relationships, but we are restricted and busy in family life. How can one seek the fulfillment of life?
Great question, Ghazala ji. My answer is to look at life not from the narrow perspective, but from a philosophical perspective, because there are social, intellectual, emotional, physical, recreational, aesthetic, affectionate, sexual, and spiritual aspect of life. Can one person fulfill all these? All need input from outside, like friends, colleagues, peers, experts, neighbors, acquaintances, etc. So we can't live in an island in an ocean of humanity. We cannot live in a vacuum or emptiness. We need relationship with closeness, affection, support, and happiness, and no conflicts. But how do we build such a relationship? Where suffering and hurt thrive, when the stability of belief in self, family, the society fades away. When we want to be safe, stable, satisfied, and happy, the answer lies in carefully seeking freedom from the emotional burden of triangles and tangles, and getting on by freeing the self from the angles and tangles. Start believing in the real self and add of others too, and get rid of self-centeredness, the ego.
How can one get out of the triangles and tangles?
First, take responsibility for getting into the triangles and its other features. Then attain a healthy self by creating your autonomous status for the benefit of both parties. By maintaining healthy boundaries with everyone, beware of triangles occurring. Also, develop the skill to disentangle, be honest and creative, and have emotional intelligence and independence. Above all, take action to get out of the triangle or any tangle.
What are the ways to recover from triangles in the relationship?
Thanks, Ghazala ji, for asking a poignant question. Every case has to be examined from its own severity and effects on the relationship. There must be a recovery program that deals with healing the adult child. Adult child means an adult who suffered physical, emotional, mental, and sexual abuse during childhood. Unresolved conflicts and pain must be resolved with the help of safe therapists and counselors. As the condition is affected by long-term abuse, each abuse forms a layer, becoming multiple layered. Disposition involving and participating in full recovery is needed. It may take up to 3 to 5 years for full recovery. All mental disorders, compulsive disorders, addiction, etc., must be sorted out with a specific plan. The therapy is planned into various stages depending on the form of abuse and suffering. It is a protected, sensitive, and personal process, helping to create new healthy boundaries. With this, I end the topic on boundaries and relationship. Thank you all for giving your time and attention to these podcasts. Please like and share it with as many people you can. Thanks, Ghazala ji. With kind regards and best wishes to you all.